Yes, hello, good evening and welcome to the first game day phone-in of the season, live here on talkSPORT. I'm your host, Jason Cundy, alongside me for the next 2.5 hours as former Liverpool winger, all-round good egg. It's Mr. Jermaine Pennant, everyone. There he is. The championship is back with a bang. Pick up the phone and give us a ring now, guys. You are our eyes and ears up and down the country. EFL League 1, League 2, 03717223344. Southampton complete an injury time turnaround to beat Wrexham 2-1 at St Mary's. Neutrals out there. Come on, be honest with us. Did you enjoy seeing the Dragons being brought down a peg or two? They actually played very well first half, Wrexham, but second half, Southampton absolutely deserved to win the game. I felt, what do you think? 03717223344. Elsewhere, it's a dream return to the second tier for Charlton, who won in the 94th minute. Late goals today as they beat Watford. A winning start for Ryan Mason at West Brom as well. He looked really good, their team. I'll speak to Jamra about that in a second. If you were there, 03717223344. What did you make of Ryan Mason's first major job as a manager? I know he took the reins when he was at Spurs, but in all honesty, this is his team doing it his way. I thought they were very, very good. Good wins for Stoke and Millwall. Brilliant win for Millwall. Just heard Ada talk there. Millwall fans, can you go up? You had a brilliant end to last season. Can you continue that, take it in this season? Not only that, but just can you threaten those top six positions? 03717223344. And last night, Birmingham agreed by a few decisions in their draw with Ipswich. You can also let us know how your Prem side got on in a friendly as well. There's a number of games that are taking place. What have you made of your team's pre-season? 03717223344. And I'd love to hear from Toffees fans as well. And your new ground, what is it like there? Your new home for the next X amount of decades. 03717223344. We cannot do the show without you, our eyes and ears up and down the country. No Premier League action today. This is your chance to have your say on your club, on your radio station here, talkSPORT. Pick up the phone and give us your thoughts. 03717223344. This is the Game Day phone and live here on talkSPORT. We'll also be keeping you updated what's going on at Bramall Lane. There's already been a goal. Bristol City have taken the lead against Sheffield United. Scott Twine has scored in the opening 6 minutes of that game. A little bit of a shock for Sheffield United, one of the favourites to get promoted back up into the Premier League. And we've also got Stevie Harmison, who is at St James's Park. They're taking on Atleti Newcastle. I believe it's 2-0 to Atleti, but Harmy will be keeping us updated there. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome all. Welcome, Jammer.
Wow.
How are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm always good when I'm working alongside you.
Indeed, mate. The Premier League's not back yet.
It's we got
Community Shield tomorrow. Your mob playing. Adrian Durham will be down there from Wembley live and exclusive here on talkSPORT. But you've been well?
I've been very well, thank you. But before we get this great show underway, I've got to give a big shout out to my friend Adam's son, Ezra, who's a Liverpool fan, along with his father. Liverpool fans, they're going to be watching the show today. Ezra fell out with me because I didn't mention him before, which I totally forgot. I was just busy, but here you go. Going right back to you, Ezra. Hope you're having a good day and enjoy the show.
There you go. Phone up. Why don't you pick up the phone and give us your thoughts on your team? Just to let you know, Gyökeres has scored for Arsenal in their friendly there. So I'm pretty sure the Gooners will be delighted with that. Might come some calls on them when they come out the ground. So he has got his first goal. Obviously, you want to get off to a start if you can. Scoring that first goal in front of your home fans. So congratulations to him. Listen, it's over to you guys. As always, on this show, we can't do it without you. You tell us what you've seen at your club. You know, I know it's early days, but I'm just looking at some of the performances. Say Wrexham first half. You got a little bit unlucky, I felt. I think there should have been a red card. Edwards, I felt, when the penalty should have been sent off. He's a push in the back. Referee doesn't do it. And I thought Jack Stevens was very fortunate not only to give a penalty away and also to get a red card there as well. So Southampton rode their luck, in my opinion. But it's over to you guys, what you have seen in the first game day phone-in of the season. No Premier League games, so I don't want any complaints from you lot, because you sometimes phone up and say, oh, it's all about the Premier League. Today it's not. It's about you, EFL, Championship, League 1, League 2, and wherever you've seen your football up in Scotland as well. Let's go straight to the lines. Let's go and speak to Richard, who's a Southampton fan. Richard, good evening. Welcome to the show. Congratulations. Big win for you boys. Rich? Rich, you're the first caller on the game day phone-in.
Don't let us down.
Come on, Rich. Don't let us down, matey. Rich.
Hello?
Oh,
What do you mean hello? You phoned us.
we didn't phone you, mate.
Rich, come on.
The line is terrible.
All right, tell you what we do. We phone you back. Let's get Rich back. He can't hear us. Let's go and speak to a Pompey fan. Sonny's a Pompey fan. All right, Sonny.
Hello, Cundy.
Hello, bud.
Up the Blues.
Up the Pompey.
We're just in the car on the way back. I'm quite pleasantly surprised. So it's probably the first away game I've been to in my whole life where we've actually won on the first game of the season.
Excellent. Listen, you want to get off to a win. What was it like? Tell us about the performance and what Roxford like.
I thought we were actually really good. To be honest with you, Cundy, I think our manager's the best in the league. John Mousinho is a really, really good manager. And I weren't really expecting too much because our recruitment, we go cheap in the European markets, and it always leaves you as a fan feeling a little bit like, oh, what are they going to be like? Could they be this, that, or the rest of it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Today completely controlled the game, in my opinion. Maybe I've had a few beers or looking through
maybe.
No, maybe about it.
Either you have or you haven't.
Well, no, I have. Yeah, let's stop beating around the bush here. But no, yeah, really good. I was absolutely buzzing. We've won 1-0. Good 3-point start. Like last year, I was at Leeds, and they scored in the 90th minute, and then we went on a streak where we didn't win for like 10 games, and so this year's a good start for us, I think.
Yeah, obviously, first game of the season, you can't really read too much into the results. People and players are still finding themselves and managers and whatnot. But on the basis of this performance, where do you think you can go this season?
But to be honest with you, Jammer, right, I'm very much a real football fan. Like, anything above 16th that we finished last year, I'll be happy with. So 15th and above, I'll be more than happy with, to be honest with you.
Okay.
More than happy with. But really good performance today for us.
I seem to remember last year you had a bit of a tricky start to the season, but then you got yourselves back on it. And in the end, you stayed up comfortably in the end. It was one of those, around about the Christmas mark, it did look a little bit like it might be in a relegation battle, but you pulled away from there. If you can continue that, I mean, mid-table, is there any chance? I mean, the beauty of the Championship and, of course, League One, League Two, is that those playoff places, if you string 5 or 6 results together towards the end of the season, you can kind of force your way in there.
Well, I'll tell you what, right, Jace. We was so the last. If you'd have taken away our points that we conceded in the stoppage time of last season, we would have been in the playoffs.
Right. Oh, so stop conceding late goals.
Exactly, yeah.
and just concentrate on the second half of the season.
Yeah. It's very fine margins in the Championship.
It is.
Yeah, everyone can be.
Well, listen, enjoy your weekend. Get home safe, all right?
Yeah, top
Cheers,
man.
Sonny.
Hello, fellas.
Cheers, bud. There he is, Sonny. Stay on the South Coast. Let's go back and speak to... Oh, is Rich there? Where is Rich? He's gone. Can we have another call up, please? Let's go and speak to...
Let's
speak to Roysey, who's a Coventry Charlton fan. I do apologise. Roysey, good evening. Welcome to the show. Roy.
Hello.
Hello, Roy.
Hello, mate.
You all right?
The line. I don't know what's going on with this line, but it's you're all robotic.
Oh, can you hear me now?
What? Chat GBT, is it? Come on in. You've got the airwaves, Roysey. What do you want to say?
What is up? Listen, guys. So I'm a Charlton fan.
Yep.
I was at the game today, and I can't hear what you're saying, but yeah, it's fantastic. What an atmosphere! Like, to be singing, we're on our way to the Premier League at 94 minutes is absolutely unreal.
You can't beat a late winner.
Being losing, I think, 2 games from January last year, it was an absolute turnaround. And no one likes Nathan Jones, but we absolutely love him. Yeah, it's fantastic to be a Charlton fan today. Really happy with it.
Good.
And as long as we can survive relegation, that's it. I'm happy this year.
Well, you're newly promoted. Listen, apologies about the line. We're having 1 or 2 issues maybe here, but you can't beat a late winner. 94 mins at home.
Anything, 89 onwards, it's probably one of the best feelings. You'd rather that than score in the first 5 minutes and win the game.
Yeah.
You'd rather that 90 minutes, it's the euphoria of going up, knowing the game's dead and buried and you've won it is unbelievable.
And there's no worse a feeling either. I mean, I'm feeling for the fans. To go away, if they'd picked up a point. Okay,
because, you're thinking a point.
It's all right. First game of the season, but to have that taken away from you. And if you're at that game, 03717223344, and our Southampton manager Will Still spoke to talkSPORT earlier this afternoon following their late win over Wrexham.
Yes, it's special. I think your colleagues just said it. It's like welcome to the champ. It was tough. It was difficult. But you know, we were pragmatic in the way we did things and managed to get it over the line. I think the goal we conceded was a bit frustrating, and we don't need to sort of lose the ball on a high throw like that and then concede a transition and make that foul. But you know, stuff happens. We picked ourselves up from it. We floated for about 5-10 minutes, looking for our bearings and trying to work out where and what the game was. But created sort of more than enough opportunities to get back into the game. Didn't quite happen. And then you know, the sort of strength of the squad and the collective that we're trying to build was what came to the fourth, with you know, players coming on making a difference. And you know, 2 set pieces were important. I know how important set pieces are going to be. And then, you know, with that energy, with that sort of grind and determination, you managed to somehow poke the ball over the line and grab a winner in the last minute, which is, you know, why we do this job and why it's so special.
Will Still, first game in English football there, done exceptionally well over in France, big reputation. Got away with one for my money. I felt that there could have been a couple of red cards. In fact, there should have been a red card. Richard should have been sent off. Just to let you know what's going on at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United have equalised, so 15 minutes on the clock. Campbell has equalised for Sheffield United, so goals going in the Championship final game of the day. Now, listen, we just heard from Will Still. Let's go and speak to a Southampton fan. We tried him earlier. Let's go and speak to Rich. Can you hear us, Rich?
I can hear you now, Cundy.
There you go.
Here we go,
mate.
back on the line.
Congratulations, big win. I thought he got away with one, to be honest with you. I felt Richards is a lucky boy. Should have been sent off.
Well, no, he shouldn't. The ref had a bad day. He was shocking.
Well, you should have sent Richards off.
No, I don't think so, mate. I think if you
sorry, Edwards. I do apologise, Edwards, not Richards. Edwards.
Mate, if you watch it without your St. Tating glasses on, we should have had a penalty. They should have had a penalty.
They should have had they had 2 penalties. That one wasn't given. Jack Stevens, it should have.
The ref just let it turn into a rugby match, which was all good. We love being back in the Championship.
Well, do you know what? We're back on the first day, and we've probably got 6 ref talking points. Obviously, that has not improved from last year, so I think they're going to probably take the headlines.
But Jamie, here's the thing, right? And honestly, Rich, I'm going to come at you now, right? So the penalty that was given where Edwards pushes Moore in the back, right?
Red card.
Okay, is it a penalty?
Yep.
Yes.
Right, then it's a red card.
Red card.
So you agree with that?
One.
Oh, you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
But, yeah, the whole game, though, like, it seemed every free kick, everyone went Wrexham way, which is all right, we're not bitter. Cundy, you gave me so much grief last year going back and forth from Cornwall to every game. I just thought I'd ring up and gloat because we actually won one.
Well done. Congratulations.
Mate, and I worked it out. Do you know you asked me how many points per mile I did?
Did I?
Do you remember?
No, well, go
Do you
on.
remember you asked me how many miles I did per point we gained?
Right,
You end up.
Okay, go on. So you travel watching Southampton up and down the country, right?
Yeah, so we
Right.
go Cornwall, every home
Right,
match, every
okay.
away match.
Okay, so you travel, this is in the Premier League. How many miles did you travel per point last year?
Per point, 506.
So every 506 miles you did, you
Got
picked
a
up a
point.
point.
Per point, yes.
Jammers.
Was it worth it, mate?
But
Rich, was it worth it?
we've already equalled how many games we won at home last year.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, I know.
But talking about your performances, how do you think the boys play today? And do you see an improvement? Because obviously, coming down from the Premier League, these teams are always, touted as favourites to go back up.
I think it's too early to tell. Like, there's still quite a lot of... They seem to be hesitant on the ball. Like, there's still quite a lot of backwards pass, sideways passes. I think everyone's trying to fit in. We're not going to get carried away. I would like to go up through the playoffs, and I'd love to do Pompey at Wembley.
Well, of course, I'm pretty sure they'd love to do you as well. Listen, Rich, thanks for the call, bud. Have a safe journey home. I know you do travel a lot of miles, and everyone else out there, drive carefully. But if you've seen your team win or lose or draw, pick up the phone and tell us what you've seen. 03717 22 3344. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. This is the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT. Good evening. You are listening to the Game Day phone in here live on talkSPORT. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. Let's go over to St James's Park. The game is over. Newcastle taking on Atleti. Watching for talkSPORT is Steve Harmison. Harmy.
It was Newcastle 0, Atletico Madrid 2. It was a good test for Newcastle United this afternoon as they embark on a Premier League and Champions League campaign, which could be made a whole lot tougher if the Alexander Isak situation's not sorted out. No goals in the first half, but lots of positives from a Newcastle point of view. Joe Linton had a few headers towards goal, just narrowly wide, one over the top, and one actually hit the crossbar. Good from Tonali. He was excellent throughout the whole 90 minutes. Elanga looked very, very electric. Good pace down that right-hand side and direct, but Champions League quality shone through in the end. A Newcastle corner 10 seconds later, and Alvarez is tapping it in from 3 yards out in a good move work with Simeone down the left hand side. 11 changes for Atletico just on the hour, and Antoine Griezmann came on and made it 2-0 in the 63rd minute. A lovely dink with the outside of his left foot straight over the top of Ollie Pope. He's the cricketer. Nick Pope in the Newcastle goal. More questions for Eddie Howe about Alexander Isak this week. I'm sure there will be, and Newcastle need some positive news coming off the back of pre-seasons. That's no win in 6 games for the Geordies as they go to Aston Villa next Saturday live on talkSPORT. Newcastle 0, Atletico Madrid 2.
Harmy, let me ask you, because the big talking point in English football has been about Isak, it has been about Šeško. It's that triangle between Newcastle, Manchester United, and of course Liverpool. What's your own personal opinion on this? Because Eddie Howe's come out and said that he can't be involved in first team training at the moment. There's no way he's got to earn the right. The longer it goes on, there is a chance, of course, Isak could remain a Newcastle player. What does that look like? What does that future look like for you?
I think it looks quite dangerous from, I would imagine, from a squad who are not used to this sort of news, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Jeremy and Jermaine, with Newcastle United haven't been in this position for a number of years now. I mean, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, they're all the big clubs. They're used to big name players leaving and going and speculation around them. It's probably the first test in Eddie Howe's career where he's had a player as powerful as Alexander Isak. My own version is I'm not sure he can come back into this dressing room. Eddie Howe has built his success, his huge success at Newcastle United on togetherness, on a solid unit, and coming to St James's Park, as you both know, as a siege mentality, you're taking on the city, and I think there's going to have to be some big U-turns on Alexander Isak's point of view if he was to come back in and wear the shirt, which, as we all know, guys, sport's very fickle, very, very easy. He could easily come out next week, sign a new contract, be presented in front of the Gallagher end because the number 9 shirt's vacant because Callum Wilson's not there, and everything will be not everything will be forgotten, but if he starts scoring goals, everything will be forgotten. But I really don't know. I'm mixed on this. I didn't think he would go, but now I think closer you get to the season, I think it needs a resolution, and if the resolution is 130 to 150 million, there's the money on the table. Newcastle get a new striker and move on. I think that might be best for everybody.
They say in pre-season you don't really watch or you worry about results, but no win in 6. Is this a sign now that they need, regardless if Isak stays, is to go out and get a top striker, top number 9?
I think, Jermaine, I think you're spot on. I think at number 9, I think looking at Elanga today, guys, I mean, you lick your lips playing number 9 on this team, because Gordon direct down the left-hand side, Barnes direct, can go left and right, as Anthony predominantly goes. Obviously, majority of the time he goes left. Where Elanga, I mean, this left fullback, I'm sure he'll have sleepless nights over the next. Having watched Elanga run past him, he gave him 5 yards at one point, and before he touched the ball, I think he had beat him by 10. This is how electric this Anthony Elanga is. So there is an opportunity there for a number 9 to come in and play in the box and fill his boots. And I think, looking at this, Jermaine, the question, and having the 6 games they've had so far, I think the biggest thing I would look at it as everybody knows, I'm a Newcastle United fan. Newcastle have got a very, very good 13 players, but that's it. And Newcastle United have got a Champions League campaign where they've got 2 more games than they'd had last time, potentially more if they qualify. I think this is a bigger test for Eddie Howe than it was in his last Champions League campaign. I'm not sure his squad and the depth of his squad is as good as what he had last time, because everybody else seems to be adding to their numbers with more players in the squad who are of Champions League quality.
Army superstar bud, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll catch up soon. Take care.
Cheers, boys.
It's Steve Armstrong there. He was at St James's Park. Another defeat, or certainly not another win for Newcastle. That cloud that is Alexander Isak over St James's Park continues to remain. Newcastle 0, Atletico Madrid 2. Just to let you know, in the final championship game of the day, Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 2. McCrory has got the second goal for Bristol City. It's a brilliant breakaway goal jammer down the left-hand side, beautifully executed. They've looked good, Bristol City.
Yes, well, if it stays like this, would be a massive shock result. Sheffield United probably one of the favourites to go back up, but losing at home to Bristol City, I don't think many bookies or pundits would have put this up there. Brilliant breakaway goal down the left-hand side. A good first touch on the right and then finished beautifully. We'll keep you updated there. 27.5 minutes on the clock. Just to let you know that Arsenal half-time are 2-0 up against Atletico Bilbao. Gyökeres gets his first goal and Saka also. That is half-time, so 2-0 to Arsenal. Let's continue to take your calls. 03717 22 3344 is the number. Roy, the Charlton fan, has died. All right, Roysy? Can you hear us,
Roy?
Hi, mate. There you go.
Hello?
All right, Roy.
Hi, mate. You're all robotic. I can't hear you.
Let's go and speak to Alan, who's a Birmingham City fan. All right, Al?
Jason,
hello, Al.
Jermaine, pleasure to speak to you.
Hello,
pleasure to speak to you, boys. How are you? You okay?
Very well indeed, Al.
Thank you.
What do you want to say? Your team played last night, late equaliser. It must have been devastating, thinking you got 3 points.
It's a pleasure to speak to Jermaine because obviously I saw him play under the Steve Bruce era. I have to say my 2 kids were with me last night, guys. It was immense. If you watched it on TV, the noise, it was more intense than I remember when we won the Cup in 2011 and the semi-final when we beat West Ham. It was louder, more electric, more hostile than I've ever known it. We didn't lose one game last season at home in the league, and I believe now I think we've got the record for the most undefeated games at home for the EFL. I tell you what, if that's as good as Ipswich have got, and they're deemed to be the best potentially this league has got to offer, we'll be the top 2 by the end of the season. They were bang average. We were all over them. They were so lucky to get the equaliser at the end. What you say? I was really proud of the Blues last night. I think the guys we brought in and the investment the owners have brought to the manager, the only positive things for the Blues, and I can't be prouder. And I hope it was as good on TV as it was actually at the game, because believe me, I've never known it as electric as it was. And I'm a season ticket holder, and last season was pretty good, but last night was absolutely immense. And even though we came with a draw, I'm still really proud of the result and really excited for the season ahead.
Yeah, no, the atmosphere was absolutely rocking, electric. And to be fair, the Birmingham support has always been bouncing at St Andrews. It's always been great. You know, I can remember my time there. But talking about the game, I know you're happy with a point, but I think there is fans out there absolutely seething at the teeth that they didn't get it all 3. One, I think the penalty was absolutely soft as hell. Then Kyogo's lob was not a foul. The guy's 5'8" against the burly centre back. The centre back misjudges it and he challenges with him. To give that a foul. Me and Cundy saw it earlier on and was like, "What is going on there?" I'd have been raging. So you should feel like Birmingham got robbed per se. And not take all the 3 points, but earning all points, still a point.
I do feel hard done by, but believe me, if you think that referee was bad yesterday, some of the referees in League One last season were even worse. So what can I say? But all I will say is this: I can't wait for the season ahead. Teams are going to find it very difficult to come to us this season, and if we can continue the momentum, I'm really excited for the season ahead. And just on that last call, on Harmy commenting on Newcastle very quickly. My wife, unfortunately, is a massive Newcastle fan because all her family are from Newcastle. The simple fact is, sell Isak, get 140 million on, and sign 2 strikers. They've got no Callum Wilson this season. They need 2 strikers. If it was me, I would get Wissa from Brentford, and straight away, if they could, Jackson from Chelsea, Watkins from Villa. Get 2 strikers in for the price of 1. Get 2 goal scorers that are proven in the Premier League. Job done. Deserves to leave. If he's not loyal to the Geordie fans, believe me, he needs to go.
Listen, have a great weekend now. Thanks for the call.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bud. Keep the calls coming, gang. 03717 2233 You know, it is still Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 2. 32 minutes on the clock, and Arsenal in their friendly against Bilbao. Gyökeres has scored, as has Saka, so it's 2-0 there. We'll keep you updated of all the goings on there, but keep the calls coming, gang. 03717 223344. Good evening. Thank you very much for your company. You're listening to GameDay phone here on talkSPORT. Jason Cundy alongside Jermaine Pennant, taking you up till 8 o'clock. Sharp reminder, later results in the Championship. Southampton won 2-1 against Wrexham. A late turnaround. That was live and exclusive on talkSPORT. Charlton won Watford 0. A 94th minute winner in their championship return. Hull City and Coventry City were 0-0. Not a great game, that, to be honest. West Brom 1, Blackburn 0. Norwich 1, Millwall 2. Big result for Millwall, that, by the way. Can they really threaten that top six? 03717223344. Big away win for Portsmouth at Oxford. Stoke 3, Derby 1. A late couple of goals there. Make sure all the 3 points stay with Stoke. Middlesbrough 1, Swansea 0. QPR 1, Preston 1. And just to let you know, a game that's taking place, the final day game in the Championship at Bramall Lane. Twine scored the opening goal for Bristol City after 5 minutes. Campbell equalised on 14. And then 26 minutes in, McCrory scored a brilliant breakaway goal for Bristol City. So they are leading 2-1 there. But it's over to you guys up and down the country if you've come out of a Championship, League 1 or League 2 game. There's no Premier League action this afternoon, so make sure you have your chance to have your say on your club, on your radio station. 03717 223344. Everton also played in the new home ground. If you're there, what was the atmosphere like? What do you make of the new ground? Manchester United also won to Old Trafford on penalties. And if you're leaving St James's Park, Newcastle beaten 2-0 at home by Atleti. 03717 223344. This is the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT. Now, earlier on talkSPORT, Southampton turned it around to very, very 2 late goals to beat Wrexham 2-1. Here's Wrexham boss Phil Parkinson on 1 or 2 decisions he feels went against his side.
We've hit the bar first half. Brunty's had a great header. We had another chance, free kick, and those breakaways, we needed to punish them, and we didn't. I'm looking forward to seeing the ref, because when Kiefer's clean through, first of all, there was a penalty when he got dragged to the floor, but then he's clean through and the lads clearly pushed him to the ground as he's just about to strike the ball, and my interpretation of that rule, and I need to check it, if it's an intentional foul, it results in a red card. Now, I think the referee might say to me there was a covering defender coming back, but Kiefer's just about to strike the ball on goal and he's denied a goal-scoring opportunity intentionally with a push. So I think when the ref reflects on his performance, I'm sure that he'll message me or we'll get some contact from Kevin Friend that was a clear red.
Phil Parkinson there, smarting after that, and I totally agree with him. The decision to give the penalty was the correct one. Edwards has pushed Kiefer Moore in the back. No attempt to play the ball. It's a straight red. By the letter of the law, Jammer, it's a straight red. He didn't even get a booking. Yeah, the referee has ballsed that up. Yeah,
if you're going by the letter of the law, then you can't argue with the straight red. But like Parkinson said there, was that struggling defender playing in the back of his mind as well?
Got it wrong.
But like you said, he's not going to play.
It's irrelevant, even if he's covering defender.
He can afford defenders.
Stopped an obvious goal scoring opportunity and not making a challenge for the ball.
Yeah,
it's a red.
You look at it was it a vicious push? But it was enough to send him over, which is, again, like the rule, it's a penalty then.
It's a penalty, so, and then a straight red.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at an angle of where I can defend it.
Trying to defend the ref, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
That makes a change.
Because we're always on the refs, and it doesn't seem like they're getting better, so I'm trying to, not, but I can't. Can't defend you, ref.
You can't defend that.
Yeah, and it should be a red.
He's made the right call. He's made the right decision. Edwards is as soon as you're wrong side, I've been there many times, as soon as you're wrong side, you're just trying to put him off. He's pushed Kiefer Moore in the back. He goes there. Once you give the penalty, he is then, in my opinion, duty-bound to give a red.
Okay, then.
Has to give a red.
So if you both run into the box and you cut across the defender and he trips you up, would that be classed as a red?
I think that then comes down to interpretation of if it's accidental clash, which can happen, that can then be a penalty, but not necessarily a red. There's no attempt to play the ball. He's pushed him in the back.
Yeah. I'm trying to see loopholes.
Trying to defend him.
But there's none. It shouldn't be a red.
Let's go and speak to George, who's a Wrexham fan. All right, George. Afternoon. George, the Wrexham fan. Are you there, sir?
I don't know. Cundy, I don't know if you can hear me, mate, but basically it's all robotic, so I've got no idea if you can hear me or not. But can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, okay. I can make out what you're saying robotically. Anyway, yeah, we've just travelled 265-odd miles down to Southampton last night. It was a brilliant game, to be honest with you. I'm gutted we didn't actually come away with anything. Southampton, absolutely nothing until the 70th minute where our lads got tired. The main thing for me was, how on earth I'm glad we got given the first penalty. That should have been a red card, as it was clear no chance to go for the ball at all. And then second half, Lewis O'Brien's brought down by Jack Stevens, who's just decided to bloody elbow the back of it in his back. How the hell that's not a penalty? I don't know. You know, I thought the passage of play was really good. I thought Josh Windass was brilliant. I think the most outstanding signing that we've done, and reminds me of Luke Young all that time ago, was Lewis O'Brien was brilliant. I thought he was unbelievable, covered so much ground. Dobbo was brilliant. I thought we all played really, really well. You could just tell that last 15, 20 minutes, 75th minute, I could just tell they got a little bit of a foothold in. Everyone was knackered, no press. Sam Smith came on for Kiefer Moore. Sam didn't want to run. Vardy came on, did a little bit, but there was just no, I don't know what it was, there was just no, just that passion kind of died out that we've had for the last few seasons, and it was just kind of just like, right, let's sit back, hit a low block, and don't get me wrong, I was fully expecting to go there today and lose 4-0. So to come away 2-1 loss against somebody who's just been relegated, you know, I mean, that's just a credit of how far we've come.
Yeah, I'm just going to touch on that, is that, you know, playing away from home is always difficult, especially the first game of the season. And not only that, you're playing against the Premier League boys who've just been relegated. So seeing how the performance went today, how do you see yourself, you know, handling the rest of the season now?
Gents, I'll be honest, it sounds like a robot. I genuinely cannot. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'll phone back.
Yeah. No worries. Just have a safe journey, even though he can't hear us. Just going to speak to Mark, who's a Stoke City fan. All right, Mark, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Jason, Jermaine, thank you for having me on. Great show, chaps.
Oh, cheers. Can you hear us okay?
I can, yes. You're not robotic. I don't know what's going on. There's a few callers you've had that are like that, isn't there?
Yeah.
But no, I can hear you. All well and good.
Yeah, okay. Go on and take it away.
I think it's because Stoke are top of the table. It's better signal. That's where I'm getting you better. No, honestly, being serious now, Stoke fans just want to finish top half of the table. I think if we can finish top half of the table, we'll be more than happy. We've started great today, and to be looking top of the table, you know, if we can maintain it and be up there, all well and good. But as Stoke fans, we just want to see improvement. And I think, although it's only one game in, we've definitely seen a style change, an improvement in the way we play. And as others have said about St Andrews and things buzzing last night, the Bet365 was rocking today. Jermaine knows what that place can be like when everyone's behind them. And today, it was a great atmosphere. Derby bought about 3,000 odd. They made good noise. But there were signs of hope today. We looked solid. Definitely encouraged with the way we played today. And I think there's going to be some surprises in the Championship this year.
Yeah, no, there is. And I want to touch on Stoke is that I think when you, as players and as a team, and if you give the fans something to cheer about, they get behind you like no others out there. And not only that helps and goes a long way. When I was there, I used to, you know, sometimes push us over the line when you lot got behind us. But yeah, they're a massive club, and I think, you know, the minimum that they can give you is the top half of the table, and then you guys start to build from there.
Definitely. Devin Mubaba said at the end of the game, he said that the fans carried him over the line today, and it was like it used to be. You could definitely feel that. And what a talent he is from Man City on loan. He looks great. But, you know, Bosun Lawal, we had as defender today. He's looked quality. Aaron Creswell, he's obviously got experience and that Premier League class. Sorba Thomas as well. I think Robbins has built a good team. But it was interesting. I heard on Natalie Sawyer's show yesterday, Neil Warnock was on, and he was sort of quite open-minded, and I totally agreed with him that, yeah, everyone's naming like your Ipswich, Southamptons, Leicester's, Birmingham, Sheffield United as being up there. But I do think the league is, we all know the Championship's wide open, but I think there's going to be a few surprises. Bristol City proved it last year. And I think, you know, Stoke are probably underestimated, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind the fact that we're not being looked at as one of the top teams up there. But I do think it's going to be so wide open. I do think there's going to be the gap's going to be closer this year.
Well, look, football's back, and there's nothing like late winners, Mark, so I'm sure you had a thoroughly brilliant time down at 365.
It was quality, yeah. I think they asked on the TV show last night before the Birmingham Ipswich game, they asked the Ipswich players, would you rather win 5-0 or score a last-minute winner? And they all went, definitely last-minute winner, because you just can't beat it, can you?
You can't. Well, listen, congratulations. Enjoy the weekend. I'm sure you will. And phone up soon, right?
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
There's Mark, a happy Stoke City fan.
With good signal.
With a good signal. Yeah, we've had a little bit of an issue on one of our lines. We think it has been sorted. Just to let you know that it was 1-1 until deep into injury time. 95 and 99. That's where they got those late goals. If you left the ground early, you'd have missed that. Derby County there, bitterly disappointed not take at least a point away from there. 03717 2233 4. Get your calls coming in. Like I said before, you're our eyes and ears. We've not been to the games. We've only seen a couple of games on TV here today. If you've been to one of your team has got on, he's Jermaine Pennant, I'm Jason Cundy. This is the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT. Good evening. Thank you very much for your company. You are listening to the first Game Day phone-in of the season. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. Taking your calls up to 8 o'clock. Jam and I were just talking in the break. We'd love to hear from Everton fans, actually, going to a new stadium. When you go to a new stadium, it might take a little bit of time
gelling in
the atmosphere, to find your feet, find your voice, that sort of thing. Obviously, there's been plenty of new stadiums built over the last 25, 30 years, but it'd be interesting to know what Everton fans think of the new stadium and how they feel that's going to go.
Yeah, it will be very interesting. If I was a player now, I think I'd enjoy going to Everton's new stadium.
Right, so the away team.
Yeah.
Well, just to...
Because it's, like I said, it's just it's not got that own factor yet.
No, I agree with that.
It's still, to them, it's still a new stadium.
Yeah.
So it's, you're not really playing home.
No.
Or where you no man's land yet until you gather that momentum.
It's new for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that could...
It'd be interesting to see.
Be interesting how the fans take to it as well.
We'll have a little bit of David Moyes audio coming up very shortly in the show as well. But if you've been to a game up and down the country, 03717 223344 is the number for you. Let's speak to Jake, who's a West Brom fan. All right, Jake, good evening. Congratulations. Big win.
Big win. Right, chaps. Hope you and yours are well.
Good, thank you.
Listen, the second half was really edgy because what happened last year when we threw so many games through and lost too many games.
Yeah.
But new manager, some tidy-looking signings. Nat Phillips looks like one hell of a centre half. But if we can keep hold of some of the qualities we've got, like Price, maybe Fellows, then I think we'll be all right this year. We won't be up at the top, but we should be in the playoff fight.
What do you think of Ryan Mason? Obviously, this is his first major job. He was obviously on the interim at Spurs, but nothing concrete. Now he's actually his first major job. Sometimes it can be weary and sketchy to get a manager with not the experience, especially in the Championship. How do you think he handled today?
I think he was brilliant. I think you mentioned he seems like a really nice guy, and we're suckers for nice people at the Albion, even when we're not good enough. But he seems good. He's going to create an identity. He's shadowed some of the best coaches around. So yeah, we're excited. It can't get any worse than last year, really. So we're optimistic.
No, I thought you played very well, actually, in particular in the first half, as you said. And Ryan's a young manager. He's still cutting his teeth. This is his first, as Gemma just said, first major job. Big boots to fill. Big football club, West Brom. And so you're just of the opinion that playoffs the best you can do. Is that it, Jake?
I think so. Like one of the callers just said, it's a wide open league, but there's a few squads that look really good, and like the Blues have come up and they look like they've got some really good signings. So I think we'll be in the playoff fight. I think we should get the playoffs, but it's going to be a long season. Safe
journey home. Thanks for the call. Let's go and speak to a Hull City fan. They drew 0-0 away at Coventry. It wasn't a great game, to be honest with you, but a point's a point. Joe, good evening.
How are we doing, lads? You all right?
Did you go to the game, Joe?
Yeah, we went today. We're literally about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes from home. We just pulled over to speak to you boys. But yeah, I thought it went well today. I thought we had a good start. Coventry obviously took over the game second half, but I'm impressed with what I've seen so far.
Good. Okay, how'd your pre-season go?
We've won every game,
right,
which is a new one for us. Right. Obviously, we've had the transfer embargo, but we've had a great window. We've got McBurney, Gellert signed today, Brandon Williams just signed now, so I'm not going to get carried away, but if we're in around top 10 come January and we can sign players, we're booking hotels for Wembley.
Well, you've got some experienced players here, and we've just like what me and Jason alluded to earlier on. If you're in the mix and then you have a steady back season after January and you kick on, then you definitely can be in the hunt for the playoffs, because that's where it matters on the back end of the season.
Well, we've got the likes of Bellumi, Miller, Matazzo to come back in November, so they'll be like a January window anyway. So if we can sign players in January and we're around top 10, top 6, I think we can have a real good go at it. Like the previous caller said, that like the league's not that strong this season.
So tell us about the transfer ban. When does it expire? What does that look like? You said sign players in January. Is it just until January, the transfer ban?
It's meant to be a 3-window ban,
right?
For not paying the loan fee for Louis Barry,
right,
to Aston Villa. So the hearing's been had, and that comes out. The verdict comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right.
So fingers crossed, it gets. And what I've seen today against Coventry, especially like the first 20, 30 minutes, I thought were great. They're a strong side. And if you can go to grounds like that...
Yeah, it's a good point. Listen, it's a good point.
This is in the playoffs last season.
Yeah.
Would have gone up.
Yeah, you'll do well in the league, yeah. Our home form's been shocking for the past 2 years. If you can go to grounds like that and get a clean sheet and not lose and sort your home form out, you'll be there or thereabouts.
Yeah, it's a good point. Thanks very much for that, and have a safe journey home, Joe. There's Joe, the whole City fan. That wasn't a great game, to be honest with you, but I think a draw was probably a fair result. And like you said, going away from home when you're up against one of the sides, the much improved side, certainly Frank Lampard took over in about November. They were looking over their shoulder. He managed to get into the playoffs.
Relegation at one point, potentially.
They're one of the favourites to get themselves promoted. OK, now Middlesbrough got off to a winning start down at the Riverside. First game for Rob Edwards, beating Swansea 1-0. Here's what he had to say after the game.
Yeah, really pleased. Tough game. We said it was going to be. Championship's all about fine margins, and a lot of the games are won by one goal. Lovely to keep a clean sheet. Great to score from a set play. Thought once we adjusted one or two things at half time, I thought second half we were relatively comfortable. We didn't have a shot to save. There was no shot on target or anything in that second period from them, so we were relatively comfortable without creating as much as we would like. If I'm being honest, I want us to improve in certain bits, but that's always going to be the case day one. So overall, very pleased.
Rob Edwards there, reflecting on his side's 1-0 victory home against Swansea City. It's a football club, Gemma, that for some reason has not been able to get themselves back into the Premier League. It's a big club up there, and they've seen Sunderland, get promoted. They've seen what's happened to Newcastle in and around there. They do feel like they need to be back in the Premier League as quick as they can.
No, for sure. If you look back over the history and you go to Middlesbrough, had some great times in the Premier League, some great signings, Jorginho, Raveleni. So I think they need to really hope and start pushing on because they're capable of it. 100%.
If you're at the Riverside, I'd love to know your thoughts on the champion. It's amazing, the first game of the season, and rightly so. That's what football does. It gives you hope, it gives you belief. And if you've been to a game and you feel like your side can get promoted via the playoffs, are automatically 03717223344. Just watching Portsmouth, that's a big win away from there. They got off to a bit of a shoddy start last year after getting promoted back into the Championship, but it's a big win away at Oxford. Let's go and speak to another fan of a Championship club. It's good afternoon, evening to Carl, Blackburn Rovers fan. All right, Carl?
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm all right, bud. How are you?
Yeah, very good. On the way home from the game at the Hawthorns today.
Yeah, I don't think you really got started. It took you a bit of a while to get your boys up and running, it felt.
Yeah, it very much felt like the first game of the season. The sun was out, the grass looked good.
Yeah.
But I think Ishmael was a little bit too safe in the first half. We've seen when he made some changes in the second half, we're a bit more dynamic, but just couldn't break him down because West Brom could sit back at that point.
Yeah. What have you been made of Valérien Ishmael? I saw a lot of him when he was at Barnsley. He was also at West Brom. I seem to remember as well. What have you made of him? Because he's one of those managers doesn't seem to stay around particularly long.
No, I think when he came in, he tried to put his own style on the team. Used to put a team together that worked hard and put points on the board, but it didn't work out for him. I think he went back to type, and we went on a really great run at the end of the year. And I think he's still finding his feet at Blackburn, but what we've seen today, although we didn't win, it suggests that we're not going to be uncomfortable this year. A lot of the new players look good. We've got strength at wing back, options up front, midfield looks okay. We're missing the creativity of Cantwell today. That made a difference for us in not being there.
Just going to touch on last season. Obviously, it was a weird kind of run that you would have. You would win or you'd lose. There'll be no middle ground at all. It's either you win or you lose. Do you think that's been mended and that's been addressed, and going forward you're going to see a different kind of style now?
Wow, we looked tidy enough. We let that early goal in, set piece. We had two chances to clear it, but we didn't. So we didn't deserve to keep out at that point. But we look good other than that. I think time's going to tell. Yeah, hopefully there's a few more competitive games. Obviously more wins than losses, but hopefully we can be more competitive and not lose the odd game, and those points will tally up at the end of the season.
Well, listen, thanks for the call, Carl. Have a great weekend. And it's not.
Cheers, buddy.
It's losing your first game in the pre-season.
It's never good. Listen, if the result, if the performance ain't great, but you get the 3 points, that's a great start.
Yes,
it's a good bit. When you just like that, you got 0, you're chasing that first
You look forward to it so much.
Yeah.
You've been, the last week
6
building up.
weeks.
Your first,
grafting.
Yeah.
Then to just go home and
with nothing.
No points.
That's how football works, gang. If you've been to a game up and down the country, 03717 223344. Next up, they'll be hearing from Everton manager David Moyes after taking charge for the first time at Everton's new ground. If you were at that game, I'd love to know what you thought of the atmosphere, what you think of the ground. It's going to be your new home, of course. Very different from Goodison Park. And as Jammer said, maybe teams will look forward to going there in the early part of the season because it's new for everyone. What do you make of it? You are listening to the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT. It's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. We're taking you up to 8 p.m. Good evening. Thanks for your company. You're listening to the first Game Day phone-in of the season. Have you been to a game up and down the country? Your eyes and ears. Let us know what you have seen. The final game in the Championship has kicked off. It was 2-1 to Bristol City at half-time. Inside 45 seconds, they have scored their third goal. They're running right up Bramall Lane, and it's a really good goal down the right-hand side. But you think about coming out of half-time talk. All of a sudden, both managers. You're Sheffield United now going into this second half. All of a sudden, it's a mountain to climb, Gemma. And they look good, Bristol City, knocking the ball around really well.
Really, really good. Like I said, the goal was a great little piece of play down the right-hand side. He's jinked past the fullback, and then he's pulled it back to inside the penalty box and 6-yard box. It was unmarked, and Mehmeti just literally on the volley put it in the back of the net.
I mean, two new managers. Gerhard Struber is the manager for Bristol City. He's got for an absolute flyer. Ruben Sellers there, the manager of Sheffield United. Not going their way at the moment. We'll keep you updated on all that happens there. Arsenal have got their pre-season game today as well. They're playing Bilbao. They're winning 2-0. Gyökeres and Saka with the 2 goals. Any change there, we will let you know. Now, Everton played for the first time in the pre-season this at their new stadium, Hill Dickinson Stadium it's called. Here's David Moyes on how it felt to be away from Goodison Park.
Brilliant for the football club. You know, in my journey as well, you know, I've had lots of different twists and turns, but overall, I think the football club here, you know, has been so desperate for this sort of situation to arise, to get a new stadium. I think it's a wonderful viewing stadium as well. It's a step up, certainly from Goodison for sure. There's some brilliant stadiums all around the world now, but I think for Everton Football Club, it's a real positive step and something which, you know, hopefully we can make better as we go along as well. I've said we've built this. Obviously, there's still quite a few bits to get done in behind the scenes here, but it's no different to the team. We need to build a team, and lots of bits behind the team need to get redone as well.
Everton manager David Moyes, the first time he's managed Everton at the new stadium. Hill Dickinson is the stadium, and we asked Everton fans what it is like going to your new home. Ty, as the Everton fan, has dialed 03717223344. Ty, good evening.
Good evening, how are we?
Very well,
Good,
mate.
thank you.
Appreciate you phoning up. What was it like to go to the your home stadium now that you're going to be going forever?
Well, I never went to the game today. Obviously, no. Well, I live too far away. I live in Oxfordshire, so a bit too far away to go for a friendly, to be honest with you.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I do believe that playing our new home, playing there now is, at least for the first half of the season, I think each match is going to be like playing an away match.
Yeah, that's what I kind of said to Cundy. It's going to be new for your guys, and obviously be new for the away team. And you're not going to have kind of that home advantage. Yes, you'll have the crowd on your side, but again, it's new for everyone. So, yeah, that's always the cons of getting a new stadium.
Yeah, I mean, Goodison Park was great, but we did need a new stadium, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, they called it Woodison, didn't they? Not Goodison. That's how old it was.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you a season ticket holder, Ty?
No.
How often do you get to go and watch your team home?
A couple of times a season I try and get up there.
Right. Okay.
So, but like I say, being down near Oxford, it's a long way to go. So, but I do try and get up there a couple of times a season at least.
Yes. Well, listen, it's a new home. Who knows what it's going to be like? But listen, thanks for the call. I just can't believe what I'm watching at Bramall Lane. Bristol City have got a 4th goal. Ruben Sellers is going absolutely crazy on the sideline. Ball was given away. Bristol City are now beating Sheffield United 4-1 at Bramall Lane. And honestly, Gerhard Struber, who's obviously a new manager that's gone there as well, his side are running riot, Jammer.
Yes, it's
given away.
Like you said, you just gone down, second half to 3-1. You're gonna, Martin to climb there, but then to give the ball away, the centre back in their own half will then take it to the edge of the box and then shoot, and then a deflection goes in, own goal. But still, you don't need to be making those mistakes. Schoolboy error. Schoolboy.
Is over on talkSPORT 2. The goals are raining in. Mark Wilson and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk are your commentary team over there. I'd love to hear from these Sheffield United fans that are listening to this. What is going on at your football club? A side, really, that were almost guaranteed to get promoted last year. Things changed just after Easter. You had some bad results, and in the end, you just fell away. Couldn't get past in the playoffs either. Change of manager, but it's a rude awakening for Ruben Sellers as the Sheffield United manager. But Gerhard Struber there, his side are absolutely on fire at the moment. 03717223344. Let's go and speak to another Evertonian. John has phoned up. Right, John. Evening.
Hi, Jason. You all right?
How you doing? Did you go to the game today, John?
Yeah, I did. Before the game, it was fantastic on the plaza, right in front of the West Stand, the East Stand rather. There was all sorts of entertainment and there's places to eat and everything, and you can congregate there if you like. Well, you could never do that at Goodison.
Right. Okay.
The fan plaza there it held about 200. So. The atmosphere was fantastic. I mean, when when the ground's going to be full and it's going to be a match of, shall we say, some relevance, I think the atmosphere is going to be amazing. The noise that the Roma fans made, I have to say, there was only about 400 of them,
right?
And the noise that they made reverberated around the stadium. You know, it was great. You know, their fans were great. It was a game of football that was played in flip flops. Let's have it right. You know,
right, okay.
there wasn't one tackle of any significance in it. So that was it really. But the facilities at the ground and everything, we had to move. I mean, if we didn't move, we'd be going into the Championship. It's as simple as that. You've got to move with the times,
yes.
And we've been wanting to move for 30 years, to be honest with you. So the facilities are fantastic. The stadium's fantastic. Let's just hope we can get a team to raise the stadium.
Yeah. John, is the pitch, does it seem a lot bigger than Goodison? And the reason why I'm asking that is because that was one of Goodison's, you know, main threats, is that it was so tight and congested. So, you know, the technical teams would find it difficult to get space in between midfield and defence. So with this pitch probably being a little bit bigger, people think, how's that? Yeah. Like how? But it does make a big difference in games.
Yeah, well, I was talking to some of the ground staff at one of the test events that I went to before this one, the Bolton game, and they were saying that the ground is, the pitch is bigger because they're going to play the Rugby League World Cup in November.
Right.
And also the ground will be, the size of the pitch will be changed week to week depending on who we're playing as well, which is...
Sorry. Just say that again, John. The pitch is going to change just depending on who you're going to play.
Yes, the actual dimensions of the pitch.
Right.
You have to have a minimum and a maximum dimension of the pitch by the FA.
Yes.
And obviously, if you can put 2 and 2 together, can't you? I'd say the teams that like to pass the ball and use the wings and everything find it difficult to Goodison because it was a small pitch. So we're going to have the pitch at its shortest length and width when we're playing them games.
That's correct.
I mean, it was like when we had the multi-ball system and we scored a goal. As soon as we scored a goal at Goodison, the multi-ball system stopped and we went back to one ball. All the balls went in. Yeah. So it's how it is, isn't it? I'm happy about it because we're starting to get wise, and that's what we haven't been for 30 years. You've got to get every little advantage you can get. So
Tony Pulis used to do this.
Amazing, isn't it?
He used to, you know, when we had Roy Delap in his rocket launcher of an arm, he used to, you know, depending on who was playing, you know, if it was like an Arsenal, would shorten the pitch a little bit, so it would cause absolutely murders, and they hated it.
Yeah, but
and then when in like
the old towers round the side, wouldn't it?
And then you had Jose Mourinho's Chelsea.
Yeah, we
would not cut the grass. Yeah, honestly.
Listen, there's all sorts of...
So I can't remember.
Isn't it amazing, though, that there is actually no correct dimension for a football pitch? The call is absolutely right. There is a minimum and a maximum. Yeah. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, so you can, 1 week you can make it 102.
Change it from week to week.
98, yeah. I know.
Well, do what you can to win a game of football. Listen, John, appreciate the call, buddy. Keep them coming. 03717 223344 in the final championship game of the day. Sheffield United 1, Bristol City running riot 4. 56 and a half minutes on the clock there. But if you've been to a game up and down the country, tell us what you have seen. It's a new season. There's new hope. Or are you starting to feel that maybe this season is not going to go your way, depending on how your side got on? He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. This is the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT.
McCrory pulls it back. Here's Twine, has a touch, shot deflected and in! It's 4 goals to 1 for Bristol City. Listen to that reaction from the Bramall Lane faithful. Twine's shot took a massive deflection and it loops over Cooper and in. Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 4. What a opening to the season for the Robins.
Yeah, an hour on the clock. That's how you can hear it live on talkSPORT 2 if you want to head over there. Mark Wilson, Courtney Sweetman Kirk are your commentary team. As we said, an hour on the clock there. Running riot, Bristol City. Twine with 2 goals, 1 after 5, and that was the goal you just heard there live on talkSPORT 2. They have been very impressive. Sheffield United, they are an absolute shadow of the side that we saw last season under Chris Wilder. I know they're a bit of a fall-off. They got to the playoff final. They were excellent for an hour against Sunderland. And how they did not go on to win that game, I will never quite know. But credit to Sunderland, who hung in there. And in the end, they beat them 2. Once they got the equaliser, Sunderland, Sheffield United just completely ran out of ideas. And in the end, Sheffield United were beaten by a brilliant individual goal by Sunderland. Let's go and speak to Ricky, who's a Liverpool fan, who's watching that game. All right, Ricky, welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Great show as always. Always enjoyed you on the sports bar. And
that's very kind, Rick. Very kind.
That as well. Yeah, I'm a Liverpool fan. Do you know, the other thing as well, Jason, is I live in Ipswich and I often go and follow Ipswich.
Right.
And when Ipswich went down, I was saying to people, the game of the season, next season, this is pre-Chris Wilder getting tired. I'm going to say, Ipswich's toughest game next season is going to be Sheffield United under Chris Wilder because they're a brilliant team. And I said to people, the division is going to be contested between us 2 teams. And I genuinely believe that. And then they sacked Chris Wilder. And I actually said to people, I think our job has got a whole lot easier, like as in Ipswich. So I said, I think Ipswich, we don't need to worry so much. And people have talked recently about, is Kieran McKenna going to stay? Is he going to go? And people say if he gets a bad start, he might go. And I say to people, the only manager I would honestly want for Ipswich would be Chris Wilder. If he went, I can't believe they've sacked him. And I think it actually could get a lot worse in the second half because judging by the Mark Wilson's commentary, it's crazy, guys. It really is absolutely crazy in my view.
I think there's a lot more teams now Ipswich need to be worrying about in the Championship. For instance, Bristol City, if they can put 4 at Bramall Lane, then I think you need to, put them in the conversation. And obviously Ipswich going to Birmingham struggled, got a last-minute winner, really shouldn't have come away with the point there. So again, you've got the Birmingham in the mix. So I think this league is blown wide open. There's going to be a lot of teams challenging now.
Yeah, I think that is true, and I think, it's I say Wrexham did very well today. I know they lost, but they did very well. They threw that away, and I think Southampton again are going to struggle if they're going to play like that against more experienced Championship teams. Against Southampton, but Wrexham could give it. It'll be an interesting game when they come to Portman Road later, in the season. But yeah, I don't think anyone expected this, as I think the commentary said on talkSPORT too. We might, I expected maybe a 1-1, but I don't think anyone expected Sheffield United to lose like this.
No, and do you know what? From what I'm watching there could be more goals in this for Bristol City.
Yeah.
Rick, while you're a Liverpool fan, let me get your thoughts on your side. The Community Shield tomorrow against a tough opponent, Crystal Palace. But you're the bookies' favourite, and rightly so. The Isak situation has not gone away just yet. What are your thoughts on your season?
Well, do you know what? I'm not a betting man, but I think Florian Wirtz is going to be player of the season this season. And I think his pace, and I think a lot of teams will struggle to handle him. I really do. And I like him a lot, and I think he's got a lot of promise. And of course, it's quite a frightening attack with him, Salah, Ateke, potentially Isak. The attacking line is frightening, and I think he could be player of the season this year. I really do, because he was good against us, for Leverkusen last season. He was Leverkusen's, I think, biggest threat when they played Liverpool, and I always wanted to sign him there, and I'm really glad we did.
Yeah, it's a great look.
Yeah, I think he could be a secret underdog for player of the season. Secret dark horse.
Great little signing. I think what he's built up already is a great little rapport with Salah. I think we're seeing them two linking up very well, and in pre-season, which will stand well for when the season just kick off. Tomorrow is going to be a good test, a good show of where Liverpool are They'll play a fully strength team, and that will kind of take them into the season, because Crystal Palace, like I said, they beat Man City in the FA Cup. There are no pushovers.
Let's just let you know that Arsenal have won 3-0. Gyökeres, Saka and Havertz on the score line there. They played Athletic Bilbao. So after 2 defeats in pre-season back-to-back, they managed to get themselves a very comfortable victory there. Let's go and speak to Joel, who's a Blackburn Rovers fan. Joel, good evening.
Hiya, mate. You all right?
I'm good, thank you.
Very well. Were you at the game today at the Hawthorns?
Yeah, I was. I was utterly disappointed with us as well. I feel like I heard a Blackburn fan before speak, and I thought I disagree with what he said massively. I think the team showed no passion, no pride in anything.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty lacklustre. I've got to give West Brom credit though. I thought they were good.
I do feel like Todd Cantwell will change it up. I have massive belief in Todd Cantwell. I think he's one of our best players. I feel like last season when he got the ball in the later half of the season, I feel like he changed games for us. But I just feel like we've signed players that are not EFL like quality, and that's the trouble for us.
Yeah,
I feel like we've looked into a wider window, and I feel like it's going to backfire massive on our season.
Yeah, so sometimes just one player can make a big difference, and when you've got a player like Todd Cantwell, who is made for the Championship, who is a very good Championship player, knows it in and out, and always seems to deliver in the Championship, I think having him back would definitely boost your performances moving forward.
I feel like today we were just crying for someone who can make that final pass straight into Gueye and Awashi straight away. We to be fair, when we first started today, our keeper made 2 amazing saves as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the pass backs to him was lacklustre, and some of his clearances and stuff weren't on. But I mean, I feel like he kept us in the game. I feel like they should have won 3-0 if it weren't for our keeper.
Yeah, I was very disappointed.
It's a shame, but also, I mean, we've been crying out for backing and stuff from Benke's, and I feel like obviously they don't put the money in and stuff like that. I feel like they've invested all right this season, but they've invested in a market that they don't know, and I feel like the manager has as well. And I feel like the team tonight will be like a bit questionable. It's rumoured that we're going to lose our captain, Lewis Travis, which will be a massive loss. If we lose him, I feel like we are in deep, deep trouble. I don't feel like we can lose him after losing Callum Britton. I don't feel like it's right for us to lose him. I feel like the club just should say no to losing him, and I think it'd leave us in a massive, massive hole that we probably won't make up for this season. Well, that's the trouble.
It's only one game, Joel. There's one game gone. I know. I can hear the disappointment in your voice. I know what it's like. You look forward to it so much.
Win next week, you're all forgotten about, pal.
For 6 years now, and watching us lose a home, first game of the season like that, it's just disappointing. I feel like the 2 right backs that we've bought, Miller and the other lad, were absolutely phenomenal. I feel like they're good signings. That Miller with his throwing and stuff was unbelievable. I feel like some of the team though need to step up a little bit. Indeed. It's just upsetting to see sometimes when you invest that much money into a team all season. Go and watch him like last season, the season before that. Yeah. It's just upsetting to go and watch sometimes when they play like that open game at season. It just takes you back a little bit.
Joe, I know, mate. I can hear it in your voice. There's so much hope at the beginning of the season.
This is what football.
It's where it does. It kicks
ruins weekends. Mental healths get tested.
They go and watch us against Bradford, and I'll still have hope then.
Of course you will.
And next week when we play Birmingham and stuff. But I feel like I said to the lads today, I said last night, Birmingham, Ipswich. Yeah. Ipswich knew they could get back into it, and that's the difference with our team. Whereas today, when we went 1-0 down, half-time hits, bring on Gueye, which is, I think he's one of the best, a really good striker at this level. I feel like he can play good football. I feel like he's a target man. He wins the ball. But I feel like last night at Birmingham, you knew Ipswich could get back into it. Whereas today, you feel like with Blackburn, you can't get back into it sometimes. You know, some of the final balls and stuff like that, they just don't hit.
Joel, I'm feeling sorry for you, mate. I know. I want to give you a hug, Joel. I want to give you a hug.
Don't worry, pal. It'll be all right, mate. Don't worry.
Joel, there's plenty more to go, mate. Don't worry. It's only one game. All right.
I know. Well, let's hope for it rest of the season,
Yeah.
and I'm sure I'll ring you up next week.
Make sure
when we
you
beat
do.
Birmingham 2-1.
Joe, there's only 45 more to go, pal.
I know. I'm just used to it now, boys. I'm used to it.
All right. Brilliant stuff. Top man. Cheers,
Right,
buds.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you very much.
Game 1.
I know, but that's why we're here, right? We're here. We are to help guide you through with the disappointment that your club will put you through. I saw someone put a tweet out last week. It's about the Premier League, and they said it's just 2 weeks now to 11 men on a pitch take complete control of my mental health for 9 months. Yeah. And it's true.
It's true.
That's what happens.
It ruins weekends.
It ruins weekends.
It ruins the week, leading after that as well until you win.
Yeah, indeed. Just to let you know, up in the in Scotland in the Premiership,
Ooh, I've seen
Rangers
this.
0, Dundee 1. Astley, and R. Astley has scored. I guess it's not Rick Astley. They have, they're leading. It's been a tricky old time for Russell Martin.
It's not gonna be-
Yeah.
They will turn on them very, very quickly.
Well, at the moment, Rangers, just the 1 point they've got. And Celtic, who play tomorrow. It's early days, of course, but
you don't want
to
be chasing after your first 2 games.
No, well, I had someone say that they feel like that could be the league over already because the fact that Celtic won and Rangers didn't. Well, they could be on the back of another disappointing result, this time at home. And Russell Martin has got some work to do there, no doubt about that. Keep the calls coming, gang. There's another hour left of the Game Day phone-in. First one of the season. EFL in the Championship, League One and League Two. No Premier League games today. This is your chance. You've got the airwaves. Don't give this opportunity up, because tomorrow there's more games going up and down the country, and next week, of course, the Premier League returns, and that's where a lot of the calls come in. But make sure you have your say in your club on your station. 03717 22 33 44.
Tyson Fury, Floyd Mayweather, Canelo Alvarez. Just hearing these names makes you think money and the hundreds of millions of dollars, pounds or Saudi riyals in boxing. But that's at the top. At the bottom, it isn't quite the same. Even for those on the rise, there's not an awful lot of cash in the boxing world, and if you're just starting out, well, it can be a very costly exercise indeed. But don't take my word for it. Here's the former European champion talkSPORT's Spencer Oliver.
You're turning professional and you're boxing, let's say, York Hall on a non-televised fight. You have to sell tickets to earn any money, but you have to cover the wages of your opponent as well. So if you don't have the ability to be able to sell enough tickets, you effectively have to pay to fight.
A far cry then from Jake Paul facing Mike Tyson in 2024, when the purse was reported to be around £48 million. But the vast amounts of cash lining the top dog's pockets isn't the norm in a typical fight.
Let's say you're lucky and you get between 5 and 10 grand. You're going to get 10 grand max for that. 10% goes to the trainer, 25% goes to the manager. Then we've got the tax man to pay as well. So we're cutting that money in at least half. So now you've got 5 grand for a 10-week camp. So you're talking about a guy here earning, he might be clearing 500 quid a week. How do you support a family on that? So boxers chase the dream. And, you know, there's probably 2% of them that actually make it.
So say you do make it and you start to rise up the ranks. Strikers Boxing, a training academy, says the mid-tier fighters can earn more, somewhere between £10,000 and £50,000 a fight, depending on record, profile, opponent and popularity of weight class. It's only at the top level does the real cash start flowing in, with the top-tier professionals, i.e. those going for titles, earning 6 figures a fight. Something else you'll have heard of is the terms prize fighter or journeyman. A prize fighter is, as it sounds, someone who picks up fights where they can and gets a nice big check if they win. Journeymen are the fighters who take on up-and-comers, effectively used for experience in the ring. Even if they're going up against a real prospect, a young Anthony Joshua, for example, these guys will be lucky to earn more than 10 grand. So the average boxer isn't as rich as you'd think.
Hello, good evening. Thank you very much for your company. You're listening to Game Day Phone here on talkSPORT. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. And we're taking your calls. What have you seen up and down the country? 03717 223344. Whether on your way home from a game, watched it on TV, or listened on talkSPORT. What have you made of your team's start to the season? It's been a busy day across the talkSPORT network as the championship got underway for the 25-26 season. Here's how the day sounded live here on talkSPORT.
What a special time this is. Just moments before your season kicks off. Your imagination racing to a soundtrack of optimistic chatter. It's Kiefer Moore trying to find a way through. Was he pushed? Yes, he was. Penalty to Wrexham. Josh Winders, this is his moment. Stuttering run up, and he drives it into the bottom right-hand corner.
Start is so important. I don't judge a team on one game. So important, that momentum you can build.
He down, and he's in off the underside of the bar. Southampton have won it right at the end through Jack Stevens.
This is what the championship can give you. Drama at the very end.
Late goals everywhere in the championship, but not here, Darren Ambrose, not for us. Coventry City 0. Hull City 0.
And it's tucked away by Isaac Price. West Bromwich Albion have hit the front.
Millwall's lead lasted less than 4 minutes. It's Norwich 1, Millwall 1. The goal from Josh Sargent.
That's down to just hard work and desire from Josh Sargent. Wonderful finish from the centre forward Osmajic. It's QPR 1, Preston 1.
Almost an hour gone. It's Gillingham 1, Walsall 0. Bradley Dack with a goal.
Deadlock broken. Middlesbrough 1, Swansea City 0. Dale Fry. Diving header from him.
Jamie Mullins, a lifeline for Wickham. Wickham 1, Stockport 2.
7 minutes to go. It's Norwich 1, Millwall 2. Macaulay Langstaff has only been on the field a couple of minutes.
No sooner had Schmidt denied Brannigan at one end
The Pompey take the lead at the other. Oxford 0, Portsmouth 1. Winner here at Stoke, Mickey Gray.
94 minutes on the clock. Stoke City 2, Derby County 1. Divine Mupama.
Stoke are running right at Mickey Gray.
Yeah, Stoke City 3, Derby County 1, and it's sober Thomas.
When we say we're back, we're sober.
Yes, brilliant stuff. Football is back. The Premier League returns, of course, next weekend. That's how everything sounded. The EFL action across the talkSPORT network today. Give us a ring on that. Plus, we'll be previewing tomorrow's Community Shield between Liverpool and Crystal Palace. Again, live here on talkSPORT. Adrian Durham is at Wembley for us, and Manchester United have a new centre-forward. Benjamin Sesko officially signed for around about £74 million. United fans excited or wary given your recruitment recently? 03717 2233 4. Just to let you know, there is just 10 minutes remaining at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United 1, Bristol City running riot 4, and they've been good value, by the way, really, really good value. Now, Newcastle were beaten 2-0 by Atletico Madrid in a friendly at St James's Park. After the game, talkSPORT Steve Harmison spoke to Eddie Howe about the Magpies' difficulty summer.
Yeah, I think physically the players are very good. I think mentally it's a different question. I think there's been challenges this summer that we haven't faced before. I think the general feeling in the group's been slightly down, especially early in pre-season, because of course, you know, Alex is such a popular player in the dressing room and such a pivotal player on the pitch that any disruption around a player of that calibre is always going to affect the group. I think they've responded really well to it, but I think it's sort of still there in the background. It's in the media every day. It's the big news story sort of in football at the moment, and I think that's an unwelcome distraction for us. But I think we have to live in that world now. We have to get used to that, and if anything, it has to make us even stronger. That's the plan from my mentality, is to focus on the work, focus on the team, and bring everyone together again.
Yes, it's been a difficult summer for Newcastle, and Eddie Howe there. He's been around the block enough times. He knows how to deal with these situations. But it's a toughie, Jammer, because it is the biggest transfer story of the summer, and it's not going away anytime soon. Liverpool, so they're not going to put a new bid in. That doesn't mean that they're not interested anymore. I believe they will come back. There's too much money, Jammer. I said to you on Monday, there's too much money in this deal for it not to happen now. You know, Newcastle might be in a position, though, Jammer, that they don't have a replacement. What do they do?
Yeah, and there's two reasons why it's going to happen, as in why a bid will go in, because not only have they now lost Luis Diaz, they've also going to be losing Núñez, and we know that sadly we've lost Diego Jota.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 potential number 9 players who play in that position.
Yep.
So losing them, yes, they got Ekitike, but that's just one.
Mm.
And if you're going into this season as favourites, you need good strength and depth.
Yep.
So they will be getting a replacement in that position, number 9. And at the moment, if you're going in with 110 million, you're not going to not go in 120, 130.
You would have thought that there's more money, right?
Yeah.
But the situation,
especially with the selling of Núñez as well.
Of course, and, you know, they've clearly there's money to spend at Liverpool, and as we said, I might have said in the office actually, the Liverpool spending over the last 3 or 4 seasons, they've not spent a lot.
No,
I know this window they have, right, and they've come out and they've gone back into the bank account.
But you say that, couldn't you? But you look at the other teams around them, and they've actually net spent more. Manchester United have net spent more than Liverpool this season. In this window, Liverpool have sold...
You haven't spent a lot over the last 3 or 4, though.
No, but even in this window, Liverpool have probably sold some players up to close to 190, and I think they've spent 270. So, you know, they're 80 million in the red.
No, I hear absolutely right. Just to let you know, by the way, that Rangers now gone down to 10 men.
It's not looking good.
No, not at all. Russell Martin's side, only a draw in the opening game. And they're losing at home to Dundee. That is a real tricky one for
First
them. I'll keep you updated
this year.
Well, look, we know what it's like up in Scotland.
Yes.
If you're not first, you're nowhere, aren't you? And it's
challenging.
And Celtic play tomorrow, of course. So we'll keep you updated of all that goes on there. Still time, but going down to 10 men, things have not gone well for Russell Martin at all. Bramall Lane, it's still 4-1 to Bristol City. Those boys there, very, very comfortable. Let's go and speak to a Newcastle fan, PJ. As dialed 03717 2233 4. PJ, welcome to the show.
Hi, gents. How you doing?
Very well indeed. Just heard your gaffer talk. It's been a strange old summer for your boys, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a bit depressing, honestly. But just went to the game and it didn't really get any better, especially that second half. So yeah, not too sure what to make of it, but trying to stay positive going into Aston Villa. But the signings just haven't come through like they should have been.
PJ, who would you like to see to come into the door striker-wise, just in case Isak does leave? And it's probably looking like he is going to leave because the way the cart's upset, can you see him playing again? Is he going to be throwing his toys out of the pram as well, being made to train, outside of the squad, not involved in the games? What strikers out there would you like to see to come to the club who you think you could get?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not looking outside of the club. I'm kind of really not liking the talk of Isak going. I mean, at the end of the day, he's a professional. I understand why, it's a business at the end of the day. He might want to leave for more money. We didn't give him the contract he wanted to get. But we're in a great place contractually. We've still got 3 years tied down to his name. He's a professional. It's not like he's not going to want to play. We've got to kind of say to him, look, no one man's bigger than the club like Eddie Howe has, and stick to our guns and keep playing him. Now, you can bring in someone, but I'm not spending a fortune on Nicholas Jackson to be subpar. So, in my opinion, it's Isak and then finding a backup for him and Ollie Watkins to come on instead. There was talks of Mikel Antonio. I don't mind that, but as long as Isak's still there, I think that's the key.
Do you think he will? Do you think he will be there? Because
I think so.
You think he will? Do you?
Yeah, I'm trying to keep hope, but I think he will be there. I think Eddie Howe's stood his ground and will stand our ground. And Liverpool haven't come in with a strong enough bid. It's 150 million or nothing for me, and that's how Newcastle fans see him and his value. So I don't see why we would sell him for anything less. What
have you made of Liverpool's behaviour over this? There's a lot of people that are saying that they've come in, they've made the offer, they've disrupted the situation. Now they're going to go away and just wait and see how Isak reacts and behaves and puts pressure on the club to sell him. Have you been disappointed, Liverpool, as well, or not?
I think it's fair play. I mean,
thank you.
It's where we want to be. As Newcastle fans, we're competing with these teams now. They're looking to get our players and we're looking to get theirs. This is the game we've got to play if we want to be in that top six, be a big club, Champions League. We've got to learn from this window. We kind of tried to lowball a few teams, and that's on us. We didn't give Isak the contract. I think it's absolutely fair play. Liverpool can do what they want, but it's also up to us to be able to say no to them. So, yeah, that's kind of my 2 pence on it.
Are you worried that players, high-profile players who are sought after, are looking at Newcastle and thinking, well, they're not a big club in my eyes?
Yeah, I mean, I have this conversation with my family all the time. When we were with Mike Ashley, at least I understood that we couldn't sign players. But now the fact that we're actually in the Champions League, we just don't get it. But people don't want to live in the north that much compared to down south, or want to go to Chelsea. They're winners. Liverpool, they're winners. United, it's a huge club. I get it. We need this season now to be a success. Pre-season hasn't shown that. But I think, we've got all the tools to do it. If this season is a success, with a great Champions League run, I think we could start pulling players and we can change that narrative.
I'll tell you what, though. Sorry, players rejecting is not a good look. For other players.
Yeah. It's been very, very disappointing, isn't it? And losing Isak, if that turns out to be the case, and I can't help but think it will happen, because I've said there's just so much money involved. But I've got to get someone through the door. Listen, appreciate the call. PJ, thank you very much. Let's go. No, we'll go and speak to Liam, who's an Everton fan. They played today in the first stadium. First time David Moyes has managed there. I'd love to know what the atmosphere is like. What do you think of your new ground? And if you've been to a game up and down the country, tell us what you have seen. 03717 22 33 44. Sheffield United having a right go at the moment. It might be too little too late. 88, nearly 89 minutes on the clock. In fact, it will be. They're 4-1 down at home. But they're throwing everything at Bristol City. Bristol City defending with absolutely everything. Throwing bodies in front of the ball. It really is. It's been a brilliant performance from Bristol City, and Rangers are still getting beat at home by Dundee. 75 minutes on the clock. They're down to 10 men as well. Keep them coming. 03717 22 33 He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. This is the Game Day phone in live on talkSPORT. Good evening, thanks for your company. You're listening to the Game Day phone in live here on talkSPORT. We're going to continue taking your calls. 03717 22 3344. First up, though, it's time for this.
Cundy and Pennant, winners and losers.
Yeah, it's part of the show now where we look at all of the action today and we pick out 3 winners and 3 losers. Jermaine Pennant is in the hot seat, Gemma. What have you got for us? Where are you going to start? Winners or
let's start with the bad and finish with the good.
Start with the bad. Okay,
let's go with the losers.
I've got
Andrew Kitchen, the ref at the Birmingham and Ipswich game yesterday. He roughed the game like he was in a kitchen. Washing machine was like all over the place, pots and pans everywhere. It was terrible. The free kick for the foul should have been given as a goal. The penalty wasn't a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. He had a bad day. He had a bad day for sure.
A reffing, oh my God.
So first
Game Day phone in. The first time we do of one of the losers. The poor old refs, mate.
Refs.
He got it straight away.
Yeah, the kitchen. He's couldn't under the heat.
Kitchen. Yeah, that's very good.
Too hot. It was too hot.
Right, okay. Who else?
We're going to throw Ruben Sellers, the Sheffield United manager. They're currently getting a whooping.
They are.
4-1 whooping.
Do you know what, though, Gemma? It could be 6.
It could be 6.
Honestly, it could be 6 to Bristol City, and that is no joke. Yeah, Ruben Sellers has got
Yes, Ruben Sellers. This is one of the teams that people, bookies will say, definitely up for promotion. But to be beaten at home 4-1,
bad defeat, mate.
Is a whooping.
That is a whooping at home first. And as you said, one of the sides, and this could be a Premier League side. They weren't a million miles away from getting promoted.
Exactly that.
Exactly that. Bad day in the office for them, no question.
Yeah, I'm going to have Paolo Pazzolino, 21st permanent manager at Watford, lost at Charlton. Sacked soon. It's going to be 22nd manager incoming.
They don't mind changing the managers, do they?
They don't mind changing. They change like I change briefs.
They do.
Yes. So they are our losers for today.
Right. Okay. Now let's go to the winners. What about the winners?
We're going to throw in Ryan Manning. He came on, I think he came on as sub and basically changed the game. It was a wonderful free kick to get the equaliser in, and that spurred them on to then go on.
Talking about
Southampton, Ryan Manning, and then he also assisted the second goal.
Yes, he did.
So, yeah, absolutely amazing from him, and he deserves to be a winner for sure. Second, we're going to go Nathan Jones. Obviously, Charlton first winning the championship since 2020. 5-year dip without a win in the championship, and they did. Fantastic. Like I said, scoring a last-minute goal is like unbelievable.
Oh, yes, there's nothing. And the first day of the season, last-minute winner.
They're going to be enjoying that this Saturday night.
Yep, indeed.
And then, obviously, we've got Sheffield United in there, so we've got the opposite side of that. On the winning side is Gerard Struber.
Well, they've just won.
Bristol City manager. And the game's over, and they've just won 4-1.
They've won 4-1, and they're convincing. I know 4-1 is convincing, but let me tell you, does not tell the whole story. That could have been 5, 6, maybe even 7. They were that good, and Sheffield United were that bad, Gemma.
It's one of them. Was Bristol City that good, or was it a bit of both? Bristol City were that good, and Sheffield United were that bad.
I think there's an element of both.
Are we looking at Bristol City as contenders?
Or is
it just too early to say?
It's too early, but
it's a good indication of where.
But they looked
strong.
This was a really solid, brilliant, creative performance defensively, throwing bodies in front of things, and they've won that game at an absolute canter. Absolute canter. So you're absolutely right to put in Struber there, Gerhard Struber. He's going to make some waves. It would appear they have won. So congratulations to them. That was Cundy and Pennant's winners and losers.
Cundy and Pennant, winners and losers.
And we could really have thrown Russell Martin in as the losers, but at the moment they are losing, Rangers 1-0 at home to Dundee. They're down to 10 men, and the only reason they didn't get in there is because they're still playing. They might be able to rescue that situation. We will be opening the lines. Any Rangers fans there, and what's been a pretty disappointing start to your campaign. But first off, let's go back to the lines. Let's go and Ruben Sellers, by the way, look what he's doing, Gemma. He is on the pitch. This is a public display.
Yeah.
So he is doing. Who done this? Who was the manager? The whole City.
It was Hull City.
Brown.
Phil Brown.
Phil Brown.
Yeah.
It was a
Jimmy Bullard mocked it.
It wasn't it? Yeah. Manchester City. Very similar. A public display. He's pointing the fingers. He's telling them off. Is it like he's scolding them?
Yeah, I think I saw. I could lip read. I think he was saying, you lot absolute garbage.
Yes,
what was that display? If you think you got a day off tomorrow, you got another thing coming. Get yourself in at 9 o'clock for a 10:30 start, and we're doing some running. Gosh, that's what he's saying.
And that you could, but
along those lines.
So there was a circle of players around Sellers. He was pointing the finger. It's a public display, letting everyone know that he was disgusted with that performance, and I understand why, but he's got some work to do because the buck will stop with him. Any Sheffield United fans listening to this, if you've you must be appalled at what you've just watched. Bristol City fans, well done, by the way. Very convincing performance. Excellent. Really was good. 03717 223344. Liam's an Everton fan. Right, Liam, good evening.
Oh, are we, lads? You all right?
Good, mate.
Not bad, Liam. How are you? How's your... did you go to the game today?
Yeah. Started my season ticket for the first time.
Right.
It was I was saying to the fair farm sat next to me, our fella, for about 14 years.
Wow.
So it was good to sit next to him. Saying to him before the game, it still felt weird not going to Goodison, but this will now turn to home. Main call really was about, there's been a lot of blues that have been talking about the deal about Tyler Devlin and saying the money that Southampton won, the 25%. Don't get me wrong, the lad's a young kid. He's got all the time in the world to develop. The deal can be done there. The 25% going forward. Maybe for us, we can send one of our young lads out there. We can send Harrison Armstrong out there. We can send Yusuf Trimiti out there. Sweeten the deal, take 25% off. But there's a lot of promise there with us. Moyes did brilliant with us when he took over last year. We look a lot more threatening going forward at times. Sorry, he's in the background. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened this in the pre-season, but pre-season's about getting minutes.
Yep.
But at the moment of time, there's a lot of optimism around us at the minute.
Yeah, Tyler Devlin looks like a little tidy player for the future for sure, and he's obviously proven his worth in glimpses in the Premier League when Southampton were in there. But someone who's more established, I've been told that he doesn't want to leave Manchester. He's settled, but he's to play first team football, he's willing to go away, but not too far out of the region. Where Jack Grealish, would you be open for a loan move for a player like Jack Grealish?
I'll go and drive him from Manchester. He doesn't even have to leave Manchester.
There you go.
You know what you mean.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Doesn't have to leave live in Liverpool.
No.
Most of the Blues or the players here anyway, they live in Manny anyway.
Yeah, live in Cheshire.
He can stay there. So even as well, we're saying we'll pay 200 grand of his wages. It'd be the highest earner at the club. But as I said there, I said to me, our fella, I say now, I think we paid about 6 or 7 million each year to have Jack Harrison on the right wing for us. Jack Grealish is 2 times the player of him. Yeah. And I think Moyes, straight away, Moyes will get him playing. Not all this as a winger as Pep does.
As a number 10.
Stopping the build-up play, going back. He's a dynamic winger as how he was at Villa, and I think Moyes will get that out of him.
So, Liam, you sound very optimistic about the future of the club going into this season. You genuinely feel this could be because actually David Moyes, if you think about what he did when he was there weren't many better performing managers than David Moyes from the moment he took over at Everton.
Oh, 100%. I said, if I'm being honest, I said when we got beat by Brighton, first home game of the season, I put an Instagram post saying we won our Moisey back. Right. So I'm absolutely made up that he's back. He's got us being more forward thinking. He's got the attacking players actually going at players. And yeah, I'm optimistic. Don't get me wrong. We're still a building project at the moment in time. It's still, especially you look at the revenue when it comes around the new ground. It's going to take time, but we're not going to be down the bottom where we've been obviously struggling recently. But yeah, very, very optimistic.
Liam, quick one before we let you go. Are you comfortable, or do you think you need more firepower up front rather than sticking with Beto?
No, I thought myself, to be honest, the young lad here, Barry, he's come in and he put himself about. I've watched him a fair few times on the pre-season friendlies, and everyone knows it's pre-season. But today for Moyes, Moyes started Barry instead of Beto because he wasn't happy with Beto all through pre-season, and then he put himself about. But yeah, I spoke previously with like family and all that. If I'm being honest, if there's a deal that we can go off, potentially we can get like another striker in. Even if the talks about Hoyland, if we can get him on loan, anyone. Well, there's certainly business to go. There's that many loans that you can do in the Premier League now that potentially we get something in. But yeah, I'd definitely be getting another striker in. We've got the young lad, Yusuf Trimiti. he came on. He played on the left wing today for us, but he's not a left winger. As I said before, if we get that Devlin deal done, we can send him out. We can send him out on loan.
Liam, listen, appreciate the call, buddy. Enjoy the weekend and make sure you phone us again, all right? Have a good season.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bud. There's Liam, very optimistic Everton fan, going to a new ground. Why not?
I watched them against Man United and I was impressed.
You were you?
Yeah, I thought they did well.
David
2-2.
He's a good manager, baby. He took a bit of flack when he was at West Ham, and maybe that relationship had come to an end and it was right for both parties. But you don't do what David Moyes has done without being a damn good manager. So optimism as an Everton fan. We've got there's a Newcastle fan that's I've been told he's very frustrated and slightly angry. We're going to be speaking to him in a second. He's Game Day phone. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cundy. This is talkSPORT. Yes, it's a game day phone in. Thank you very much for your company. Just to let you know that Sheffield United have been humbled at home 4-1 by Bristol City. It's a brilliant, brilliant performance them. Any Sheffield United or Bristol City fans coming out of Bramall Lane, 03717 3344. I'm guessing there's some Sheffield United fans that are pretty disgusted by that performance, and Bristol City fans must be absolutely over the moon about what they saw. It was a stellar performance, thoroughly deserved. And maybe they're one of those surprise packages that could threaten those top automatic places. Rangers have equalised. James Tavernier, he always scores penalties. Here's another one. They went down to 10 men, so it saves the blushes of Russell Martin, but still 4 points dropped in their opening 2 games. That's not a great start for Rangers, but at least they've salvaged something there. Now, before we go to Andy, a Newcastle fan, talkSPORT understands that Newcastle have agreed a £35 million fee, and principal AC Milan defender Malik Thwor medical will take place in the next 48 hours. Let's go and speak to Andy, Newcastle fan. Andy, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Hi, boys. How are you?
Very well indeed, matey. Now,
good.
I was told when in the lead up to this call that he was angry and frustrated. Does that describe you well or not?
Yeah, because I don't think people need to look at the longer term. It's Eddie Howe must be so frustrated. And what have we got next year, Jay? We've got a World Cup with Thomas Tuchel, who's been brought in as a one-shot wonder.
Yep.
If he does rubbish in the World Cup, who are the FA going to turn to?
Potentially Eddie Howe.
Newcastle. What's Eddie Howe going to do? Because he hasn't had the backing. If he hasn't got the players through the door, he's put his hands up and think, I'm wasting my time here. I might as well take the English job.
Andy, I was listening to Simon Jordan earlier in the week, and he was suggesting that maybe that the owners haven't quite done enough to back, not just back Eddie Howe, but do enough to try and disrupt things. You know, you've seen what...
Yeah.
I know that you got your hands slightly tied behind your back with PSR, right? But he was alluding to the fact that he felt that they could show their teeth a bit more, that could be a little bit more aggressive, be a little bit more, proactive. I just wonder, is that how you feel?
Yeah, it is. If we need to, we've got to stop saying, like this Witter thing, we put in a bid of 25. Brentford want 30. Go in, give him 30. Let's get the deal done in 2 days rather than let it take 3 weeks. This new guy, brilliant signing. We need a centre-back, desperately need a centre-back. Dan Burn, bless him, is not the quickest in the world. We sold a centre midfielder. We need a new midfielder. And if they turn around and have said to Isak, you're not going anywhere, in 3 or 4 weeks' time, Isak will be back in the Newcastle team.
Just to stop you there. Sorry, Andrew. Rangers have only gone and won. Rangers have just scored what will probably go down as the winner. Dessers has got that. So they scored 92 and 97 minutes. They were down to 10 men. A massive turnaround. That's what big clubs do. And they managed to turn what was a 1-0 defeat into a 2-1 win in injury time. Sorry, I do apologise, Andy, but I've just got to give people that news.
That's all right. Well, the way things are going, Russell Manager might be odds on, check on Monday morning, to be the next Newcastle manager. Is Eddie Howe really going to stick around for another season of this?
Probably not. If you've got one hand tied behind your back, and it's very difficult to get transfers in and players in and build on your team, and then you're fighting a losing battle. But what I want to ask you, and this is not saying this because I'm a Liverpool fan.
Oh, here we go.
But
here we go.
Wouldn't it be in probably everybody's best interest if Newcastle cashed in on Isak?
Everyone's interest.
But let me explain why. It's because not only will you be getting close to 150 million, say 140 million, you'll be getting a player that is very unhappy, and you may not get the best out of him this season because of all the noise and what's going on.
Everyone's interest, Jamie. You
would get 140. You then can use that money to replace and get other players without worrying about PSR, and then everyone gets what they want, and Newcastle rebuild and move on.
You're doing Newcastle a favour, are you? Honestly.
But it's big bucks, so kind of.
Jermaine, I'll tell you what I say to that. Tell you what I say to that. This lad is a professional footballer at the moment on about, I think everyone agrees, it's about 150 a week. Something like that. Good money, but not top money. If Newcastle upped it to 250 a week for the next 12 months, get to extend his contract, give him 250 grand a week, then in 12 months' time, there's a buyout clause of 130, 145 million. They've got Isak. playing at his best, getting what he thinks he is worth. And there's a clause in there that if Liverpool or whoever wants to come in and give 140 million, then he's gone. And it's done and dusted.
But there's no guarantee. He could get injured. There's no guarantee Liverpool can want to go back in next year. We're seeing what happened to James Maddison. Touch wood, it's very difficult to see. He's out for the season now. All it takes is one injury to then your career literally go, get railed off track.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's all good saying we'll give him this and then next season, but it's all ifs and buts. We don't know what's around the corner.
The same could happen. You could sign Isak next week, and then he does an ACL the week after, first week of the season.
It's in everyone's best interest, though, Gemma, isn't it?
It's everyone's best. I think it will be everyone's best interest if Newcastle took 140 million.
Sell us your best player.
Well, he's unhappy, so you might not be getting your best player. You might be getting
Why would Newcastle sell Isak for 120, 130 million when they could have a 3-year? What's Isak going to do? He can't go on strike because he's going to get fined every week for 3 years. Does he really want to do that? He's not.
Do you know what? Just wait there, Andy. Will you just wait there? By the way, before I go further, that goal for Rangers was disallowed. It has ended 1-1.
Oh.
So what felt like was a late winner for Rangers and Russell Martin has turned into more drop points. They drew opening game of the season. I've drawn down 4 points in the opening 2 games. Andrew, just wait there. I've got... Where is he? Where's Marcus? There he is. There's Marcus, a Liverpool fan. Marcus, good evening.
Hi, my friend. You all right?
I'm all right, Marcus. Now, listen, we've got Andrew on the other line, who's a Newcastle fan. You phoned up on the back of that. What do you want to say to him?
Yeah, I'm basically... they need to sell.
They need to sell.
Anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
He could turn around and go, right, well, I can't be arsed, I don't want to play anymore, I'll bang the money and I'll move next year.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't score, he scored 5 goals
He won't bang the money because if he refuses to play, refuses to train, he's going to be fined every week, so he won't be banking any money.
But as I said, he can train at bare minimum and play at bare minimum, not bang the goals in like it has been done, and they've lost.
His value go down.
60 million next year, and Liverpool take him at 80 million, 90 million, and they're getting the prime money now. Take the money, get the money in, and rebuild.
Which is fine. If Liverpool offered £150 million, then I dare say they would take it. But they're coming in, they're trying to lowball because the player is...
Yeah, show them the cash. Show the money. Come on.
And as
I said, if you want to play that game comes with a price.
Yes, definitely, I agree. And as I think that Liverpool need to spend the money, because at the end of the day, everyone's going on. Liverpool have had an amazing summer, but they've sold everyone. We've got Ekitike, Gakpo, and Salah. That's your 3 attackers. Something touchwood goes wrong with one of them goes injured for the season. You've got 2 attackers, and that's it. Liverpool have to spend the money.
Yeah, and I think this will get done. But I just love this. Just sell him. Come on. Just give him. Just sell him to us.
In everyone's best interest.
Come on, everyone's best interest. Honestly, that's the line of the show. That one. In everyone's best interest. Is it? Is it? Oh, dear. Boys, just appreciate the call.
Cheers, gents.
Have a great weekend.
You do a brilliant job, and you're more than welcome out in Cyprus whenever you like, bud.
It's very kind. All right, you take care. There you go. In everyone's best interest. What a brilliant line that is. Just come on. Just sell him to us. It's everyone's best interests. Keep the calls coming, gang. 03717 223344. I'd love to hear from Sheffield United and Bristol City fans about what you've just seen. If you're leaving Bramall Lane, stellar performance from Bristol City. Thoroughly deserved it with Sheffield United. You look miles and miles off it. Plus, Rangers. I want to know whether is that a point saved? I mean, it must be, right? But 2 points dropped again. You went down to 10 men. Looked like you might have got the winner at the end, but not to be. If you're leaving in the grounds, 03717 223344. He's Jermaine Pennant. I'm Jason Cullen. This is the Game Day phone in live on talkSPORT.
There are cheers at one end, but those that are left in red and white at Bramall Lane, it's boos on the opening day of the season. Bristol City came here at the end of last season and were dumped out of the playoffs by 6-0 on aggregate. They go a little way to putting that right this season with a 4-1 win. Bramall Lane is virtually empty in the home sections. This is not the start Ruben Sellers wanted.
That's how you heard it live on talkSPORT 2. Mark Wilson at Courtney Sweeten Court bringing you all of the action. He's absolutely right. Humbled at home they were. Sheffield United, a terrible, terrible opening day performance. And he's absolutely right. Bristol City were humbled in the playoffs, but they had some sort of redemption, if you like, turning that around today. They looked really good, Bristol City. Sheffield United looked absolutely shocking. Let's go and speak to a Sheffield United fan. Ria has dialed 03717223344. Ria, I was going to say good evening, but it's not. It's just evening. How are you?
I'm all right. It's not a great evening. It's not a great start to the season, is it?
No, you boys took a whooping.
I know. Do you know the worst bit is there was a period from like 10 minutes to about 40 minutes and the press was really high. We were attacking really well and it's probably the best atmosphere we've had at home for a long time. And then all of a sudden you're pressing really hard and you're getting turned over in the middle of the park. It's criminal. It's criminal that we've let go of two of our starting 11 and we haven't replaced them solidly.
Do you think this is just one of those first season game woes? We've seen many teams, go to play away or at home on the first day and not get a good result. Is this just one of those days, one of those games, or is this going to be, do you reckon, a pattern of play for the coming season?
I don't know. I mean, there were points today where we looked really good and we were massively on top, but there are teams, like I watched Wrexham Southampton earlier, watching the way Wrexham pressed for that first half, we're going to get absolutely torn apart because there's nobody at the back that looked like they wanted to play or was going for it.
Ria, what did you make of the sacking of Chris Wilder? Because he was sacked, as you well know. The rumours were knocking around about a week before he eventually went. And, he come really close. And I felt really, you look back on that Wembley defeat against Sunderland, how you got beat in that final, I don't quite know. But you've gone to Ruben Sellers now. And did you stay till the end? Did you see what he did on the pitch? Did you see the scolding you gave the team?
I left at about 92 minutes.
Right.
I thought I was a glutton for punishment. I was really sad that Wilder got sacked.
Right.
I didn't think it was fair. We got 92 points last season and were beaten. We played well at Wembley for the first time. I don't know, it was sad, but then we've got to give him time because he's first game of the season. If you sack a manager now, you're going to get in realistically. Do you know what I mean? There's no one else there that I think will do it. I said before today, I think we'll finish fifth. If we play like that, I think we'll be lucky to finish in the playoffs, but it's a long way to go till May next year.
It is.
Certainly is.
Look, keep the faith, Ria. I know what it's like, but it's a bad defeat, that. It's a bad defeat. Appreciate the call.
Enjoy your weekend.
Try to enjoy it. All right?
See you later.
Cheers, Ria. There you go. Look, the cop cars are after now. They're just around for bad days. Let's go. So Manchester United drew 1-1 today. I can't remember who they played. Did they play Fiorentina? They played Fiorentina 1-1, but they won on penalties. I speak to Sammy, who's a Man United fan. All right, Sammy.
Good evening, Jason. Always a pleasure speaking to you. And Jermaine, first time speaking to you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Cheers, buddy.
What do you want to say? Were you at the game?
No, I missed the game.
Oh, you missed it.
You watch it?
Yeah. No, I missed it. I was out today.
Was it on TV or anything like that? No. Man United?
No, unfortunately not.
No.
What do you want to say then?
Yeah, I was thinking, if we get Donnarumma, do you think we can have a chance of even climbing up the table?
You definitely got a chance of climbing up the table because you can't get any worse.
If you don't climb up the table, where have you lost you? 15th?
15th.
Honestly, if you don't climb the table, it's something desperately wrong. Crikey.
Even without a goalkeeper, you should climb the table. Yeah. But obviously having a keeper like Donnarumma.
Finish in Europe or top 4, top 6.
Right, get top 4 out of your mind.
Yeah, I think Europe has to be the aim.
Yeah.
It has to be the aim.
Yeah, it's Man United.
Yeah, it's got to be the aim, matey. Yeah, I think if you don't climb the table, then... I mean, there is a... I'm not convinced. I don't know how good United can be, even with the signings you've made. The three at the back scenario, clearly...
That's what not worries me. That's what is the issue there with Man United. It's the back. It's going forward, they've got great firepower right now, especially now Sesko's
joined. 44 league goals last year. 44 league goals all season.
Do you know Salah scored almost 37?
Yeah, him and Haaland, right? That's just between the pair of them.
Scored more than
it's utterly ridiculous. But well, if you don't climb the table, Sammy, there's something desperately wrong, bud.
Yeah, no excuses. This season he's had his pre-season. He's had his own players to get in. So no excuse this season.
Yeah, 100%.
Indeed. All right, well, some good luck. Let's go and speak to a Liverpool fan. Let's go and see. His name's Nick. Right, Nick?
Hello, mates. How are you?
Yeah, very good. Are you at Wembley tomorrow, Nick?
I am. Got my seats taken my nephew.
Oh, yeah. When do you leave? What time do you travel?
Well, leaving about 9 a.m.
Right.
Getting the train down, and we're looking forward to it. First game for my nephew at Wembley, so really look forward to it. But I just wanted to say that Newcastle have delusions of grandeur, and and I've got to tell you, this is a prime example of, and I don't mean any disrespect, but this is a prime example of Saudi ownership maybe not really understanding English football, because their ownership model, or their director of football's left, Paul Mitchell, who was brought in by Staveley, the previous consortium. Eddie Howe and his brother are now looking after recruitment. That's not going so well. They're being rejected left, right and centre. What you've got here is, and Jermaine was spot on, Liverpool are the prime examples. We didn't want to sell Coutinho to Barcelona, but when the opportunity came, it was clear the player did not want to play for us anymore. We maximised the cash value and we rebuilt a team, which then went on to dominate. From that, we signed Van Dijk, we signed Alisson, we signed Fabinho, and Liverpool transformed the whole team with those three signings. That's exactly what Newcastle need.
Well, give them the money they want then.
Well, see, Jason, this is where
give them 140 million.
Hold on a minute. Mate, listen, we offered 110. When contact is made with a club for a transfer, the dialogue is Newcastle shut the door firm in our faces. Now, the last thing Liverpool said is that they don't want to keep going back.
We'll just start 140. The deal gets done 140 million. How much do you get for Coutinho? How much do you get for Coutinho?
146, I think.
Right, well then why do you pay that?
Who said? Well, hold on a second.
Well, no, come on. You've just given that an example. Why don't you do that then?
Because Newcastle have told us plainly, Isak is not for sale.
No. No, that's not what I asked you. No. That's not what I asked you. Why don't you go in for 146 million then?
Because no one does that.
Well, they did. Barca did.
We did it good with words.
I get Barca did not go in with their first bid. With their first bid. Barcelona didn't go into Liverpool with their first bid and go, hi, here's 146 million.
Right,
they probably went in, right, here's 120.
Right, okay, why didn't you do that?
No.
Why do that?
Well, we've got in with 110.
No, it's not enough.
Newcastle said no.
It's not enough.
So now Liverpool will go, okay, we'll give you 120.
No.
Is that enough?
140.
No, okay, how about 130?
No, 140, do it. Stop moaning. Stop messing about.
Okay, 130, 10 add-on.
Newcastle have not picked... Listen, Liverpool have said, if Newcastle are willing to talk with us, we will come to a deal. It's not to say Liverpool might not pay.
Just don't stop. Honestly, stop lowballing. Stop lowballing. Give them what they want.
It's got to be sensible. And
here we go. So it's all right for Barcelona not to be sensible, is it?
Listen.
What's that?
It's all right for Barcelona not to be sensible. You have to take their 146.
Because it was clear we had to sell the player.
Yeah, well then go in.
Not even arrived at that decision.
No,
Nick, let's just do what's best for everyone, all right?
Oh, do it. Yes,
do what's best for everyone.
What's best for everyone. Let's have your best player for as cheap as we can get him.
Yeah, best for everyone. Everyone's happy then.
It's Jammer. I'm Jason Cundy. Do you know what? This is going to continue on the talkSPORT Monday. He's alongside me on Monday. We're going to pick this up. Jammer, it's been an absolute pleasure. And thanks for everyone for all your calls as well. As I said, we're back at the talkSPORT at 10 o'clock on Monday. Next up, though, it's Fight Night. Adam Cattrall and Gareth A. Davis. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.